So now what? So now what do we do?
So maybe you stop with the fucking Jew jokes.
So like we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right fucking now. That's
yes, I think people should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many mother Jews have to be killed before you stop?
What did I fucking tell you guys? I told you the Colorado attack. I told you the embassy attack. I told you that they were going to use this shit to justify censorship. I called this shit when it first happened. I'm telling you guys, they are going to use all of these attacks to rationalize and justify censorship of speech under the guise of anti-Semitism prevention. Let's go real quick. Portnoy, apparently this happened earlier today. I want to watch this argument. Portnoy got pissed off with some of these guys. Let's go ahead and go into this, and then we'll cover the big, beautiful bill after this.
I think right now you probably
nothing.
Don't do
nothing. Silence everything.
What do you?
Every comedian, don't tell a joke about it because Dave, that's how the world works. I agree with you.
Go back to your question. When does freedom of speech impinge on freedom of religion?
That was your question, not mine. That was your question.
Answer it.
How many deaths?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
Like how in America, American citizens.
What's your answer to that question?
Now.
Okay, we're there.
Now.
So now what? So now what do we do?
So maybe you stop with the fucking Jew jokes and act like it's not a big deal when someone does fuck the Jews in a bar.
Or
bro, this guy's such a bitch.
No, here's the thing.
Bro, Dave Portnoy is such an unlikable fucking scumbag, dude. Like the dude is literally just like, bro, you eat pizza, man. Like you're a pizza taster, bro. You're like a typical fucking, frat bro, pizza eating, weed smoking, alcoholic, degenerate fucking loser, man. Like, bruh, like nobody watches Barstool Sports anymore, man. These guys haven't been popping since like the early 2010s, 2013. That's like when they were at their peak, right? But like this guy, bro, and the crazy part is like he signed with Rumble. He like he did a partnership deal with Rumble. And it's like, bro, you're over here crying about freedom of speech? Like, or you're trying to impeach on freedom of speech because it offends you because they're making fun of them boys? Like, bro, that makes zero sense. That makes zero sense why he's so fucking sensitive.
I'm with you 1,000%.
Bro, people shit on Muslims every fucking day. You don't see me going crazy.
No. You should have fucking kicked those people out. Of course you should.
I'm not talking about kicking them out. I'm talking about...
You want to go to jail? Like, what do you want? Like...
You are defending this guy Mick for what he said right after that happened. He's not anti-Semitic.
I'm not defending him. No,
your brain goes in.
Look at this fucking guy. He's anti-Semitic.
I'm not defending him, Dave. What I'm saying is you should have him on here or somebody else like that and fucking fight with them because then you have a conversation.
That's what this idiot wants.
Dave, these guys that wrote the thing at the bar, fuck the Jews, right?
Yes.
You're going to fucking fly them to Auschwitz. Some guy tweets at you something. You want to fucking... He's not.
Kirk,
you can't come on.
It was a bar I owned. It was a bar I owned.
They should have been kicked out. So, but my thing.
Yeah, kick him out. Don't let him back in. But for you to go ahead and make like a whole big post about it and put the kid on blast, bro. The kid that he put on blast. And give me one sec, Chuck. Give me one sec. We'll watch this thing and then I'll break it down.
No, it's not just kick out Kirk. Are you ignoring what's going on in the world?
No,
right
I'm
now?
not. What, Dave? What do you want to do those guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to do with those guys in the bar? Put them in jail for 50 years? Fine. I don't care.
I didn't say that. You're quite literally changing everything you say, Kirk. If you just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid is anti-Semitic, shut up. If you just want me to ignore it,
don't tell me to shut up.
Shut the fuck up, you bald fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, bro, and this is one of his employees, bro. Look at how he's treating his guy on air in front of everybody. Like, this all started, guys, going back in time a little bit. This is what happened. Some college kids are at a bar celebrating a birthday in Philadelphia. A couple of the kids pitch in and get a bottle. And when they get the bottle, you know how the bottle girls bring out the little sign and they're, putting it up and down and shit like this? The sign said, fuck the Jews. A Twitter account called Stop Anti-Semitism tags Dave Portnoy and says, hey, are you aware that this sign was at your bar? Portnoy makes a video fuming, saying that he's going to find out everyone that was involved and go after them. So he finds out the two bottle girls that were responsible for bringing out the thing, fires them. He finds out who the people were that bought the fucking bottle, contacts them. Then one of the kids he put on blast, right? And put his real name out there and shit. The kid that he put out there, he did not buy the bottle. He simply recorded it for his Instagram story. And that Instagram story is one went viral that the Stop Anti-Semitism posted and gave to Dave. So the kid posted a story because he was in the section. Stop Anti-Semitism gets that clip puts it on Twitter, tags Dave Portnoy. Portnoy sees a video, he gets angry over a joke saying fuck the Jews with a bottle sign that this kid didn't pay for. Kid's life gets ruined. He's a college student at Temple, gets suspended from the school, loses internship. Portnoy says, oh, you got to go to the Holocaust Museum, or you got to go to Auschwitz, excuse me. You got to go to Auschwitz. And he says that him and Robert Kraft are going to pay for it. If you don't know who Robert Kraft is, yeah, one of them. Also owner of the Patriots. Also got caught in a fucking sex trafficking ring. But that's a whole other conversation. He was at like some fucking rub and tug spot. Old pervert. But anyway, he says we're going to go ahead and send you to Auschwitz. They agree to be sent to Auschwitz in exchange for him not destroying the kid's life. Damage is already done. He's like, fuck it, I'm not going to go to Auschwitz anymore, etc. Then he's in Canada eating pizza, and somebody drives by and says, fuck the Jews, right? To piss him off because he made such a big fucking spectacle of this shit. And he gets all irate, and there's like kids in the back recording him as he's eating the pizza, and they say, fuck the Jews, and he's like, what, is that fucking funny? And he gets all fucking mad. Now, he's running this broadcast with guys that work for him, it seems. And even his coworker's like, bro, you're kind of taking this shit a little too seriously, bro. You know what I mean? You want him to go to jail, whatever, like just kick him out your bar. It is what it is. And that's where this argument comes from. Give me what's in the chat if the lore makes sense now and you guys understand how this conversation started like this. All right, let's keep going.
Well, you're the one who like, oh, big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you, you work for me.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
You little bitch, you work for me.
Sure.
Wow. Let's rewind this a little bit.
I tweeted you something. You want to fucking... He's not...
Kirk,
you can't come out
it was a bar I owned. It was a bar I owned.
They should have been kicked out.
And that's why he was mad. Because he owned the bar.
So, but my thing is...
No, it's not just kick out, Kirk. Are you ignoring what's going on in the world
No,
right
I'm
now?
not. What, Dave, what do you want to do to those guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to do with those guys in the bar? Put them in jail for 50 years? Fine. I don't care.
I didn't say that. You're quite literally changing everything you say, Kirk. If you just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid is anti-Semitic, shut up. If you just want me to ignore it,
don't tell me to shut up. Don't tell me.
Shut the fuck up, you bald fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who like, oh, big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you, you work for me.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
You little bitch, you work for me.
Sure, you bet. For now.
Wow.
Oh, you don't? For now, quit. I don't care.
Is this show or not a show? Like, is a show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right fucking now. That's
yes, I think people should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many motherfucking Jews have to be killed before you stop?
That everybody, I don't think.
What else? Where else is that happening with the religion or people?
I don't think those psychopaths. I'm with you there,
bro. How many fucking Muslims get killed every day, bro? How many times have we bombed Yemen? How many times have we given aid to countries that are killing Muslims all the fucking time? We still make Muslim jokes all day, bro. This is just fucking crazy unawareness. Dave Portnoy, just so you guys know, is stupid. Bro said that I'm gonna send him to Auschwitz. He didn't even know it was in Poland. He said he thought it was in Germany. Well, this guy's a retard, bro.
They're scumbags. They're the worst people on the earth. Should that?
You don't think it's all related?
But Dave, you're telling a comedian not to make a joke.
It's not a comedian.
I'm with you. But you said stop all jokes.
Jew jokes of that nature now.
We'll ban Jew jokes of that nature. We'll get the Constitution. We'll get Congress and stop Jew jokes of that nature.
I'll go back to this.
Yeah.
When does freedom of speech impinge on freedom of religion?
I don't think freedom of speech should. I think freedom of speech is the most important thing in this country.
Okay, so people can go kill the Jews, and there's no responsibility if someone goes and kills Jews.
No, that's a crime if you kill somebody.
No, but not saying, hey.
What did I fucking tell you guys? I told you the Colorado attack. I told you the embassy attack. I told you that they were going to use this shit to justify censorship. Look at Dave Portnoy right now. What is he doing? He is trying to justify and rationalize censorship against jokes. Once they start going after the comedians, it's all fucking downhill from there, chat. I'm telling y'all, I called this shit when it first happened. I'm telling you guys, they are going to use all of these attacks to rationalize and justify censorship of speech under the guise of anti-Semitism prevention. That's where we're going. You got guys like this, literally, that are members on Rumble, right, which stands for free speech, calling for mass censorship because it hurts their feelings. When I tell you guys that the concept of censorship in America is controlled by them boys, I mean that shit. And guys like Dave Portnoy, they're showing their real face. I want censorship. Can't take jokes. People are dying. Shut the fuck up, bro. People are dying every day. You can't sit there and say, oh, the reason why Group A is dying is because of jokes B. No, bro. Whether jokes are made or not doesn't change anything. Those extremists that are going to commit acts of violence, they're going to commit those acts regardless of what the fuck is going on. Instead, what we should be doing is trying to get Israel to stop killing innocent kids, and then they might not get the negative fucking reputation that they got. Israel did this to itself. Again, I don't think that innocent Israelis should be hurt because of what their government is doing. Because unlike the Zionists, I appreciate all life. However, I do think it takes a little bit of reflection to understand that Israel's currently doing a genocide and killing children every single day. And everyone reacts differently when they see dead kids on their phone. Some people look at it like me and analyze it strategically and identify where the problems are and talk about it in a way where you guys can kind of understand. Right? And talk about the conflict, how we got here, etc. Other people might not be as analytical as me. Other people might not be as pragmatic as me. Other people might get emotional and get angry and do some stupid shit, as we've seen with some of these fucking radical leftists. Because leftists in general push for violence and they're idiots and they can't control their emotions. But Portnoy needs to understand that this environment, this situation that we have going on right now, this rise in anti-Semitism, as him and Jonathan Greenblatt and all these other idiots want to cry about on the internet, this is a direct result based on the actions of the Israeli government. We have to be able to identify the problems to solve the problem. The Israeli government is committing war crimes as we speak. The mass starvation, elimination, and destruction of an area that houses 2 million plus people, where 50% of the population are children. Guess what? People are not going to like that, Dave. And you're so much of an idiot that you don't even understand the conflict. You don't know anything about what's going on in Palestine. You don't know anything about Gaza. You probably can't even put Gaza out on a map, if I'm going to be honest. You don't understand the conflict. So the first step to dealing with this rise in anti-Semitism, as they say, is we got to go at the problem directly. And the problem is the mass extermination of innocent people in Gaza. That is why everyone is mad. That is why the international community condemns Israel. That is why college students are protesting all across the country. This is why governments all across the world are condemning Benjamin Netanyahu's actions. This is why the ICC issued an arrest warrant for Israel. They don't want to take accountability. That's the problem. They don't want to take accountability. They want to write everything off as fucking self-defense. So we're quickly getting to a position here where these Zionists are going to push and advocate for more censorship. Jonathan Greenblatt was just on CNN yesterday talking about censorship. I'll pull the video up for you guys here.
Hey, that's kill Jews.
That's different. No. What do you mean?
You can say somebody should go kill Jews. You don't do it, but someone hears you and goes do it. You're fine with that?
Nobody said that, though. Why is Portnoy fucking mischaracterizing fucking quotes, man? Always taking it to the extreme.
Somebody says, go kill Jews?
Yes.
No, that's different than telling. I thought we were talking about telling.
Yeah, bro. Obviously, everyone is fucking against saying stupid shit like that. But again, they always make it extreme, bro. Every time.
A joke. I thought we were talking about comedians.
They are all using semantics for anti-Semitism right now. And I can tell the difference because for 20 years of doing it, I've never mentioned it, Kirk.
No, and I said to you when this thing happened a couple weeks ago.
So how can you not realize we're in a different time right now?
I completely realize, and I'm sensitive to the fact that you're sensitive, and I feel bad.
No, you're not. You don't get it.
That's not true. I am.
Such a fucking bitch, man. Such a fucking bitch, man. Dave Portnoy really is a fucking scumbag, dude. Dude is such a fucking pussy. Look at how he's treating his fucking employees over jokes, man. Over jokes, bro. Incredible. All right, so this tweet right here, right? I'll show you guys kind of what's going on here. Let's finish playing this clip with Portnoy, and then I'll show you the next clip.
Sensitive to it. What I'm saying is, it's a fine line. I think you would agree. I think you would agree. So maybe you don't. That when you start harnessing free speech and what can be said and what can't be said.
I'm not saying throw any of these people in jail. You want me to give this kid a pass.
No. If you want, no. What I would like you to do, in my mind, this is why I pitched it to the producers, and you disagreed, and you are the boss. Like I said to you yesterday, it's your dime. You own the company. I thought it would be interesting to have somebody on who you disagree with, who I think at the end you wouldn't disagree with that much, have a conversation, which is what I thought you were trying to do. Hold on one second. Which I thought you were trying to do with bringing these guys to Auschwitz, trying to have a conversation. So you put a name in the face of somebody you disagree with and have an actual conversation.
So let's go to Dom. ADL CEO Jonathan Greenblatt calls for strict censorship on X, Instagram, and TikTok, saying anti-Semites must be removed once and for all. Here's a clip. This guy is the face of censorship in the United States of America, guys. This guy right here. Take a good look. Jonathan Greenblatt is a fucking scumbag. Scumbag. He's head of the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, which was created to protect a pedophile rapist named Leo Frank after he killed an innocent little girl in a pencil factory and raped her. That's what the ADL was created for. It's created to defend a pedophile. Let's see what this dumbass has got to say. Here he is on CNN.
Speakers spreading blood libels in an environment where you have social media influencers making baseless claims, people like Hassan Piker over on Twitch, or there's others on TikTok and Instagram saying wild, baseless things about Jews, about Zionists, about Israelis. Vlad, I worry that this could even get worse. So I think we really need tech platforms to step up and stop, lifting up these intemperate voices. We need elected officials to speak out. We need people from all walks of life to stand with their Jewish friends and neighbors today, maybe show up for their own walk next weekend and say we won't be intimidated by the bigots.
Because I look at social media now and many of these platforms, I mean, the dominant characteristic that I see is what you're describing, anti-Semitism, racism, misogyny, and the spread of
Oh, interesting. I wonder who he's been watching. Not me, though, of course.
Information. So how to combat that? What is the ADL doing? I mean, are you having conversations with the leaders of these companies to at least try to remove that nefarious content from their platforms?
Yeah, Vlad, we've talked about this before over the years. I think social media is a super spreader, as you said, of anti-Semitism and racism and all kinds of hate. Unfortunately, companies like X and Meta have retreated from content moderation in recent months, introducing these community notes.
Yeah, because that's a lot better. Nobody wants censorship, bro. Nobody wants fucking censorship, man. Like, it's always you fucking losers that call for censorship, man.
Which is by no means a panacea. I mean, Vlad, it's a little crazy that the most sophisticated, profitable companies on the planet Earth are outsourcing content moderation to the users. So, yeah, we are seeing a rampant, just explosion of hate. We are not only talking to the companies themselves, we're talking to the regulators.
And just so you guys know, Jonathan Greenblatt is responsible for getting TikTok banned earlier this year. And Trump kept it from being banned for 24 hours, if you guys remember. This guy right here was one of the biggest lobbyists to get TikTok banned.
I mean, I think it is time for government to step up here. These companies are, they say too big to fail. These companies are too big to just leave alone. I mean, they're almost monopolistic. And again, they allow for this unmitigated rise of the kind of hate that explodes in real life, just like you're seeing on the screen. So, yeah, it is time for these companies to demonstrate the same kind of accountability that we see in other media businesses and simply, knock the Nazis, knock the anti-Zionists off the platform once and for all.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Look, let's go ahead and do a quick little deep dive on the ADL, okay? ADL, right? So here we go. This is the ADL, right? I'm about to wake you guys up right now to how fucking censorship works in America. The Anti-Defamation League, formerly known as Anti-Defamation League of Benai Birth, is a New York-based international non-governmental organization that was founded to combat anti-Semitism as well as form bigotry and discrimination, right? He's the current CEO. Now, when was it formed? Let's see here. It was created... Are they not going to talk about... Okay, September 1913, right? Now, it was created to protect this guy, Leo Frank, okay, was an American lynching victim convicted in 1913 of the murder of 13-year-old Mary Fagan, an employee in a factory in Atlanta, Georgia, where he was the superintendent. Frank's trial, conviction, and unsuccessful appeals attracted national attention. His kidnapping from the prison and lynching became the focus of social, regional, political, and racial concerns, particularly regarding anti-Semitism. Modern researchers generally agree that Frank was wrongly convicted. Yeah, okay, bro. Basically, this guy was one of them boys, right? And he was tried and convicted for killing and graping a little girl, Mary Fagan, okay? That's why the ADL was created, to basically support this fucking guy, right? That's what the ADL is, chat. That's the dark history of this piece of shit parasitic organization that is trying to take your rights away of freedom of speech, because that's what the ADL does, right? They go after people that are critical of Israel, people that are critical of them boys and their power and American influence, and they label everything as evil anti-Semitism, right? So this is the problem. You got guys like Dave Portnoy and now Jonathan Greenblatt pushing for mass censorship on social media platforms because their feelings. Once they start going after the comedians, it's a wrap, chat. It's a wrap. That's where we are right now. That's where we are. This is why I'm so big on when I tell you guys, don't fucking condone violence. Because whenever these fucking radical leftists or anybody conducts acts of violence, guess what? It justifies their position more. We're not going to win this with violence, guys. We're going to win this with ideas, with discourse, with debate. Look, they're already scared. They're already terrified. Oh, well, you need to censor everybody. You don't need violence if you got the truth on your side. And if you do commit acts of violence, all you do is prop up these dickheads to justify more censorship. When the Colorado attack happened, when the embassy attack happened, all these idiots went to mainstream television saying, we need more censorship. We need more censorship. Benjamin Netanyahu puts out a fucking address. Anti-Semitism is on the rise. Israel must defend itself. This is why we are warring against Hamas. They are using it to fit their political agendas. Do you not see that, chat? Do you not see that? So anyone that advocates for violence against the Jewish people needs to be completely ostracized. Don't talk to that individual. Don't deal with that individual whatsoever. Because they're actually doing what the Zionists want, which is to impede on your freedom of speech. We know that they practice the Hannibal Directive. We know that the Israeli government doesn't give a fuck about its people. We know that they killed a bunch of them on October 7th. We know that the Apache helicopters shot the concert goers. We know that the tanks were shooting into the kibbutzes. They don't care about their people. They don't care about any life, really. They care about Israeli life a little bit, and then they care about Palestinian life even less than that. But if it could help them fit their agenda to push mass censorship, to justify wars across the Middle East, to justify hegemony in the Middle East, under the guise of self-defense, any type of domestic action that occurs in the United States, whether it be a terrorist attack, a shooting, any of this stuff, is what they want. How do you guys think we ended up becoming a police state like we are now? America entered the surveillance state after 9/11. The United States government had information that Osama bin Laden was going to attack the United States for years. They'd been watching him since the 90s. And they had sent warnings to the White House all 2001, saying that attacks were imminent and that they might use planes. They couldn't give a date or a time, but they knew that it was coming. Well, what ended up happening after 9/11? The Patriot Act was ushered in. We were able to start collecting information on U.S. citizens. The Department of Homeland Security was created. We launched the war into Iraq and war on terrorism and invaded the Middle East. So terrorism, attacks against innocent people, it's almost always weaponized by higher level powers to justify and rationalize putting in new procedures or laws. And right now, with the embassy shootings, with the Colorado attacker, or anything else that comes after this, it is going to be used to rationalize censorship and encroaching upon your First Amendment rights of free speech. That's what's happening, chat. That's what's happening. Even a retard like Dave Portnoy, who doesn't understand the law whatsoever, doesn't understand this conflict in the Middle East, is over here speaking up. So, hey man, don't say I didn't warn you.